Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 5.
The countdown is on for students' final days of summer. Fargo Public Schools' first day back is exactly 2 weeks from today. And one Fargo school in particular is causing stress and worry among parents. A $16 million project has had Discovery Middle School under construction since the spring. And with classes looming, there's still a lot of work to be done. Valley News Team's crime and safety reporter Bailey Hurley talked with school officials about the project to figure out what parents and students should expect for their first days back.
Just taking a look at the outside of Discovery Middle School makes you think one thing.
Wow, there's a lot going on.
There's a lot going on.
But there's even more going on inside. The project includes an expanded cafeteria, a new music wing, and a new secure entrance. But some parents I talked to in the area are concerned for their kids' safety, walking or taking the bus to school with all the construction around. But even though it looks chaotic now, William says he wants to assure parents.
I'll be honest, the first day of school, any site, there's always traffic jams and what have you, but we're going to be proactive. We're going to have people out directing traffic. We will not be 100% ready, but we will be ready to welcome students.
He says the big stuff will be ready in 2 weeks, but the smaller projects will be finished in October.
It may alter the flow of traffic, and as far as disrupting the learning environment, you know, you can't plan for that.
And as for a timeline, William says everything is right on track, and he can't wait for students and staff to see the finished project.
Discovery's already an awesome school. It's going to be even awesomer, if that's a word. So.
In Fargo, Bailey Hurley, Valley News Live.
Williams says the project also includes a new main office, a new counseling wing, as well as new locker areas and a larger parking lot. The former general manager of Sanctuary Events Center in downtown Fargo has been charged with felony theft after being accused of embezzling over $19,500. Court documents say Richard Palais took money out of deposit envelopes made out to the event center and deposited what was left in the company's bank account. The documents say what Palais took out of the deposits went right into his personal bank account and was used for gambling and going out. Court records also say Palais used the company's credit card to make several personal purchases on Amazon. The driver involved in a Moorhead crash that killed 2-year-old Zayden Engin Ness earlier this year has pleaded not guilty in Clay County Court this morning to second-degree manslaughter and criminal vehicular homicide. Police say 42-year-old Jeremy Sagvold of Sabin, Minnesota, was the driver of the Ford F-150 that rear-ended a car with 2 adults and Zayden at 34th Street and Highway 10 East in Moorhead. Zayden was taken to Sanford Hospital after the crash, but later died of his injuries. A West Fargo man is behind bars after being accused of sexual assault involving a child under the age of 14. 42-year-old Osmar Vasquez was arrested for gross sexual imposition. Police say he was interviewed as part of an investigation in a sex crime involving a juvenile and then taken into custody. He is being held at the Cass County Jail. A state trooper from Minnesota is injured after a teenage driver didn't see him at an intersection and rammed into the front of his squad car. The state patrol says the crash happened yesterday around 5:30 at 28th Avenue North and Highway 9, close to Buffalo River State Park. Authorities say 28-year-old trooper Tyler Iverson had his lights on and sirens on, came to an intersection, stopped, and then kept going. A 16-year-old boy then hit the front driver's side of the squad car. Neither the 16-year-old nor his passenger were hurt. We're told Iverson is expected to be okay. A Minnesota man is facing attempted murder charges after a stabbing incident in Pennington County. 26-year-old Lois Damian Cruz Montañez of Thief River Falls is being held in the Pennington County Jail. He is also facing a second-degree assault charge. Thief River Falls police say their department received a call shortly after 8 Wednesday night on a report of a stabbing at the Northern Pride turkey plant. Authorities say 2 people were fighting in a break room of the plant when one of the men pulled out a knife. One person was taken to the hospital with stab wounds to the neck. Another warm day, and the smoky conditions, well, they're still hanging around. Hutch, how about this evening?
More of the same, very dry weather across the valley, and the temperatures have soared once again into the upper 80s up and down the Red River Valley. Look out in the western Dakotas. Williston at 97, while the capital city is at 95. Once again, we have an air quality alert. This one lasts until Saturday morning, as some smoky conditions will work their way through the northern plains as we go through the weekend. And in fact, you can see it on the Skycam now. Temperatures in the 80s through 8 or 9 o'clock, then dropping back into the 70s for a very quiet evening of weather. Chance of rain is nil, so get out and enjoy. But again, with the air quality being reduced, those with any symptoms of respiratory illness, the elderly or even very young can be susceptible to this type of smoke and should stay indoors.
Okay. Thanks so much, Hutch.
You bet.
Officials say 3 people have died in crashes involving the Sturgis motorcycle rally. The Highway Patrol says a 63-year-old man died about midday Tuesday after his motorcycle went off a road on a curve, hit a pole, and rolled. 2 other fatalities happened Saturday, one involving a motorcycle and the other a utility terrain vehicle. The annual event draws hundreds of thousands of people from around the world. This year's rally started last Friday and runs through Sunday. The State Transportation Department says that traffic during the rally is up nearly 4% compared to last year. Today, authorities were on the scene of a rollover crash 3 miles south of Kindred. A loaded semi hauling corn rolled on a county road. The driver was taken to a hospital. Officers on the scene say he was alert when he was loaded into the ambulance. The truck landed in the ditch and spilled its load of corn. Stick with Valley News Live for more on this story. More congested roadways as construction continues on the Southeast Main and 21st Underpass project in Moorhead. Construction crews are asking the public to use caution in the work zone, to stay alert, and to follow the construction signs and speed limits. You can expect lane closures on 34th Street South from 4th Avenue South to 12th Avenue South. The northbound lanes of 34th Street South will reopen Thursday night at 6 p.m. Grand Forks is getting the first Walmart pickup tower in the state. To use the tower, customers can choose from millions of items available at walmart.com and select the pickup option at checkout. When the item arrives at the local store, an associate loads it into the pickup tower and the customer retrieves it by scanning a barcode sent to their smartphone. The use of unmanned aviation, or drones, is becoming very popular, especially on our borders. Homeland Security Secretary Kirstjen Nielsen, along with Senator John Hoeven, discussed developments with UASs at the Grand Sky in Grand Forks. Hoeven says unmanned aircrafts are becoming an asset to counterattack threatening drones on our borders and prevent things such as drugs from coming into the states. Nielsen agrees with him.
We would never have enough people to stand watch, right, all along all of our borders. But through technology, we can see what we need to see, and then we can address if there's threats that present themselves. So it would be a tremendous, tremendous lift.
Grand Sky General Atomics hangar is expanding its facility from 6 acres to 20 acres. This expansion will help continue offering pilot training and testing sensor flights out of the Grand Forks Air Force Base. The presidents of NDSU and UND are working together to get more research funding to their universities. UND's president, Mark Kennedy, says more funding leads to more opportunities, not only for the universities of UND and NDSU, but also in the community and the state of North Dakota. That's why both presidents discussed the importance of university research enterprise funding and the goals to diversify and build a 21st century economy.
We get $4 from the federal government for every $1 we get from the state in research. So the question is, how much money do you want from other resources? How many issues do you want tackled? The issues we're tackling are going to mean more energy production, better health care, lower cost health care. Do you want more of that or less of that? That's really the question that needs to be addressed.
NDSU President Dean Brashani says the funding is an investment to the state. The 6th annual Chalk Fest is back at the Red River Zoo, where tonight you can be an artist. The Red River Zoo and the Arts Partnership team up to put on this free event to get the community together in a creative way. 6 local artists are going to be at the Chalk Fest, where they will be creating a mural outside of the zoo entrance. But besides the chalk, there will be multiple performances throughout the event and other activities that you can take part in. Also, there's no need to worry about being an artist. Chalk Fest welcomes all levels of skill.
We just think that this is a great opportunity. Everyone has memories of drawing with chalk on their driveways or on their sidewalks. It's non-threatening. It's a great way to not be artistic and come and do something artistic.
Chalk Fest is still going on. It wraps up at 7 o'clock this evening. Mosquito relief is on the way to Grand Forks and East Grand Forks. Citywide spraying is set for tonight. East Grand Forks will spray from 8 p.m. until midnight, Grand Forks from 9:30 to midnight. Health officials urge you to take precautions to avoid being bitten by mosquitoes, since West Nile virus has been identified in that area. All